Hi again then guys, and welcome to another top-end performance build for Forza Horizon 3, and this time we've got another vehicle which you typically wouldn't expect a top speed tune for. It's a car which, from what I understand, most people don't use that much. Ironically enough, it's actually my most used car on Forza Horizon 3. I love this car on Forza Horizon. It's always been one of those cars of the entire Forza series that I felt had more potential, and that's the Hummer H1. It's a car which is basically the definition of over-the-top, unnecessary cars, but I think that's why I love the potential that it has. Taking such a big, stupid, pointless vehicle and making it as fast as possible is just innately cool to me. And now that we have the option of a 1500 horsepower engine, well, we can finally do that. And as a result, as you can see from the history of the car, I've put quite a number of miles on it, almost 12,000 in fact. Plus, it also has my highest skill chain score, which is also pretty high given the fact that the car weighs around 2.5 tons. So, as far as the build on this particular model, and this really is my baby as far as cars on Forza Horizon go, it's by far my most loved car on the game, I would recommend, of course, the V12 conversion. What else? As far as drivetrain, I would definitely recommend leaving it all-wheel drive. You can save a bit of weight with rear-wheel drive, but it's just not worth it for off-roading. Of course you want the twin-turbo. I would not recommend converting the front bumper / chin splitter or the rear wing. It's just not necessary for this car. As far as all the rest, basically just for everything that improves the vehicle. If you do want this tune just straight on your Hummer, you can get it on my storefront, as with all of my tunes, both those that are on YouTube and that aren't, by using the keywords in the description below. Now, as far as performance, it's a lot quicker than you probably expect. The acceleration isn't supercar level. Off the line, it doesn't have the launch of some other vehicles, but in particular, the mid-range and top-end performance of this car is so much quicker than you'd expect. And I cannot even describe how many cars that I shouldn't have been able to beat that I have beaten in this car. I won the midnight battle against the Mazda RX-7 even in this thing. That's insane, and that's why I love it. It's ridiculous and it works. Now, as far as the gearing on this particular model, I would recommend having a final drive of 4.3. Then for the individual gears, we've got 2.65, 1.9, 1.5, 1.18, 0.96 and 0.93. Then for the rest, as I often do, I've left most things open to interpretation. But one thing which I would say is very important to this car is to have the caster degree as low as possible, and that really loosens up the steering and gives it so much more manoeuvrability. Now, as far as the anti-roll, I would recommend rounding them off to 25 and 28. As far as springs, I've got them on 67.5, 75, with, of course, the highest ride height. It's a Hummer, you can't go for anything but that. As far as the dampers, I think I've left those basically stock, 2.8, 2.9, and then 2.5 apiece. No aero, of course. And as far as the diff, we've got 100% on acceleration, 0 on deceleration, and a center split of 68%. Now, that's not the most conducive to cornering, but I find that it's perfect for this car. As I said, I've done almost 12,000 miles with this setup on the car, and I've never had any issues with it. You can easily earn ridiculous points with it, win basically every race in the game almost with this car, and although it's not everyone's choice, for those like myself who love using it, I think you'll really enjoy using this tune. So if you want to get this car either from my storefront or by copying this setup, obviously I hope you find it fun, and I've proven it's a very successful car. You can win most of the races in the game with it. So, if you would like to keep up with other builds like this in the future, you can subscribe down below, or to check out the ones which we've already done, you can check out the playlist at the end of this video. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.